All right, Garden 2026. So, I've made some changes. I planted an onion in here, table scraps. I don't know if it'll grow. It might. I've seen videos online where people have grown them. Seems like they're going okay, you know. But I made some changes to the garden today. I went out and I transplanted all the seedlings that I started with the new tomato plants. I got tomatoes, but they're not enough. I need way more to make sauces with. So these are all started. I started all these, planted them. I put calcium down before I did it just so I can make sure they get good strong roots. It might help them grow faster. My peppers, they're okay. I've got a lot of pickled peppers from last year, so I'm not too worried about those coming in, you know. There's the calcium that I had. Calcium. I got that, I think I got that on Amazon, but I'm not positive. Anyway, so I've got new lettuce plants coming in right here. Nothing fancy. I just wanted something to put in this bucket that would grow fast. I could get a harvest in before the end of the year. That's what it's all about right now. Check this out. These are squash plants, and they're already starting to bud a tiny bit. I just planted these a couple weeks ago, and because my squash plants died. I only saved one out of the 3 that I had. So I've got 4 more that I grew from seeds. These are my potato plants. They're doing great. These are a new addition. These were squash plants, but they were all dead, so I dug those out. And these are pumpkin seeds. I planted these literally 2 weeks ago, and they're coming in really well. I don't know, I might get pumpkins by October. It could happen. I've got, this squash plant is producing really well. I've got, 4 on here right now? 1, 2, 3. There's 3 of them on there for sure. I've got another one here that will turn into a squash. And that'll be good. So I've been eating a lot of squash. Actually, you lose a lot of weight on squash. Here's my eggplant that's literally doing nothing. I think a squirrel came along, and I had a flower right there, and a squirrel came along and ate the damn thing. So that would be like not gonna happen kind of thing. I put pumpkins over here today. Additional pumpkin plants over here. I don't know how good this soil is over here. It's just kind of along the edge of my shed. But I will say that my peas are doing great. I've got big pea pods coming in. And they're, you know, I've harvested off of this probably 4 times so far. So I'm doing pretty good with that. My kale, I'm harvesting all of this in the next couple of days and making a big giant pot of Zuppa Toscana soup. I've got 2 apples left on the apple tree. One down there and one right here. So the apple tree is almost done for the year. I'm just trying to let those have a few extra days to ripen up. Hopefully the squirrels don't get to them before I do. I've been keeping on top of the squirrel population. We'll just leave it at that. I don't know if it's illegal or not to transport them, but I collect them in my live trap, transport them pretty far away, get rid of them, and they live happily ever after somewhere else, not in my garden. My peaches are actually starting to turn. I felt one of them today. It seems like softening up a tiny bit, but I've only got 3. I've got one right there, I've got one over here, and one up here. So I don't think that I'll even get to even take a bite out of them this year, honestly. But these are brand new trees. I just put them in this year, so we'll see what's going on. Let's take a look deep down into the rutabagas. See what they're doing. I don't have any bulbs really yet. Doesn't look like, but they're definitely growing. I mean, they're doing pretty good. I mean, you can tell the rutabagas by the color. Anyway, I will be back next week for another garden update, and we'll see what's going on. I think I'm going to start pulling this spearmint and peppermint out, hanging it up, drying it pretty soon, and definitely going to save some of this sage. It's been growing like crazy, and that's it. So I'll see you next time.